Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Flipataku, and today we're talking about every single Gundam Blu-ray that is released here in the States, but there are some caveats. So first off, this right here is Gundam Unicorn. I got the Japanese import. This does have English subtitles on it. Right Stuff has this, I believe, in 3 separate Blu-rays, so do keep that in mind. I'm also missing Gundam Narrative NT, which would be right here, directly after Unicorn. And the reason why I don't have that is because it was an import. I missed out on the import back last year. Right Stuff did announce that they are going to be putting that out on Blu-ray this year. So, and besides, the import was $100. I was very disappointed by Gundam NT. Unicorn is my favorite Universal Century Timeline Gundam, and the follow-up movie, while beautifully animated, you could tell Sunrise put a lot of care and a lot of love into it. It was not that good. So what you have in front of you is the Universal Century Timeline in order of how it happens in the universe. So this isn't how it was released. As you can tell, we got Gundam the Origin up front. But before we talk about this massive stack of Blu-rays, we're going to be talking about stuff that's not Universal Century Timeline, which is this stack of Blu-rays. I have been a huge Gundam fan my entire life. You guys are starting to know me as the mecha guy and as the tokusatsu guy, but Gundam was like the thing that got me into it. I remember being, believe 8 years old when Gundam Wing launched on Cartoon Network, and I fell in love with it. I was head over heels in love with the series. I loved how overly dark it was, like kind of like edgelordy, because I was a very edgelordy 8-year-old, and that just launched my love for mecha, was Gundam Wing. And I feel like a lot of people my age, I'm 28, a lot of people from my generation fell in love with Gundam through Gundam Wing, or any other Gundam that was on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim back in the day. So these right here are all standalone titles. I'm not going to get into all the different timeline universes. We're going to focus mainly on the Universal Century Timeline when it comes to actually talking about certain timelines in depth. But right now, I'm going to be going over all of these and giving you guys my thoughts. This is every single Blu-ray that's released by Right Stuff, minus the caveat about Gundam Unicorn. So far, at the time of this recording, they are planning on doing a Gundam Seed remaster. I have all of Seed and Seed Destiny in the singles in all the films, so I'm excited to see. If you guys are interested in Seed. Seed gets a lot of hate. I think Seed is actually really good. I think Seed Destiny has some good points, and that's the thing about Gundam. Even the worst shows of Gundam, like Gundam Victory or Gundam Seed Destiny, they're still a lot better than most anime, most, I would say, like slice of life or, isekai anime. They're still miles above any of that. So the first thing I want to talk about is that I opted out for the Gundam Double O 10th Anniversary Ultra Edition. Right Stuff has 3 of these, I believe. It's Double O Wing and G-Fighter Gundam, and they're going to be doing one of these for Seed. And guys, the remaster is incredible. They're going in, Sunrise is going in and actually adding additional scenes to it. It's mind-blowingly good, the stuff that they've showed off so far. So what's in here is you get four Blu-rays. You get the first season of Gundam Double O, the second season, and a special edition Blu-ray, and Awakening the Trailblazer, which is the movie. Gundam Double O is one of the best standalone Gundams in my opinion. This box set, I think I got it for $150. It is definitely worth it, 100%. Nice hard case, and the goodies that are included are actually pretty awesome. I wish I would have opted out or opted in for the G-Fighter and the Wing special editions, but I bought those piecemeal. Double O is really good. I think Awakening the Trailblazer in the second season aren't as good as the first season. And you're going to hear me say that a lot in this video, because a lot of times Gundam knocks it out of the park first season. Second season is either not as good or bad. But Double O as a whole is a really solid choice and a really solid entry for anyone trying to get into Gundam. I recommend going into Gundam Double O. I also just love the mech designs, especially the main mech. It's so awesome looking. Then we got one of the most hated Gundam series, and I'm kind of on board with that, and that is Gundam Requagista in G. So this is Requagista in G right here. The character designer and the mech designer was the same. I'm really bad with names in general, but it's the same creator behind your Rika 7, so you can kind of see the influence there. But Rekon Jisa and G was Tomino, the creator of Gundam. It was his first Gundam series since Turn A, I believe. And it was a big deal. But Tomino has a problem with having really grandiose ideas, and he also has a bad luck with getting his budget slashed on a lot of his projects. So, sadly, this was supposed to be a 50-episode series. It was cut down to 26 episodes. It's convoluted. It's all over the place. I'm personally a big fan of how the mechs look. So, as you can see, G-Self looks pretty freaking rad. But luckily, they are giving Tomino a second chance with this. This was a Right Stuff import. This was part 1 of 5 planned films. So Rekon Jisa and G is being retold with 5 films. And this one is called, I think it's called Go Core Fighter. It's pretty much a retelling of the first 5 episodes with some new animations, some little new tidbits here and there. And I think it does a pretty good job. This was a lot more enjoyable for me than the series was. And reading a review of the second movie, which is coming out on Blu-ray in May. It was supposed to already be out. It was supposed to be out in March. Me and my friend Logan actually reviewed this on my channel. So if you want to go back and see my initial thoughts and my final thoughts on this film, me and Logan did like an hour episode talking about this. And the second episode starts to deviate from the show. So exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping Tomino was going to be able to tell the story he wanted to tell, and it seems like he's going to be able to do that. Again, guys, if you ever, I've been really big into importing lately. If you ever import something from Japan, just know that the packaging is absolutely incredible on almost every Japanese release. They really put a lot of love, because they are also very expensive. I believe this is $110 for one movie, but you get a lot of nice extras. You get the entire film storyboard, which never happens ever, which is a really nice extra to have included. But yeah, I'm excited to see where that movie goes, because like I said, I don't think Rekon Jisa and G is bad. I just think it was not given a fair shake. Next up is Gundam After War Gundam X. This is the newest series to get Blu-ray releases by Right Stuff / Nozomi Entertainment. And I'm really glad After War X is finally getting on Blu-ray, because this has been getting a lot of love. I see it on Twitter, and finally, because after rewatching this is one of the best standalone Gundams, hands down. I love the mech. I love the Gundam designs in this a lot. The characters aren't very likable at times. Like, I kind of dislike the main people in this show. But overall, there's something about it that I really, really loved. And the action sequences are great. Sunrise, they do a lot of stuff, but Gundam is their baby, and they put a lot of love and effort into this. And even if, let's say, you don't like a certain series, you're going to end up probably liking the battle aspects of it. Next up, but yeah, Gundam After War X, seriously, guys, it's really freaking good. Like, I cannot stress that enough. It is really freaking good. There's only 2 Blu-rays that completes the whole thing. I believe there is a DVD of like some compilation movies. I might be wrong. I know Turn A has Blu-ray releases, but the compilation movies only got DVD releases. Hopefully we get the compilation movies down the road. But yeah, After War X is really, really good. And like I said, the mech designs are so freaking incredible. I absolutely love that one right there. So, but yeah, we're getting into the thing that kicked off my love for Gundam and my love for mech, and that is Gundam MF Wing. And that MF stands for motherfucking Wing. And guys, seriously, Gundam Wing. Like, what is there to say about this series that hasn't already been said? I got this last summer, the Blu-rays. And the reason maybe 2 summers ago? Anyways, they were having a sale, and I was just going to pick up the DVDs. But when I saw what the Blu-rays remastered looks like, it looks incredible. Even though this show, going back to it, is a little edgelordy, it's not really my thing anymore. I'm more of a emotionally stable adult, I guess. These are some of the most iconic Gundam designs ever. I mean, we're talking Death Sight, the Wing Gundam, like stuff that is just, that is just like, for my generation, that is like our new Gundam. You know what I mean? Just overall, it's a decent series. I wouldn't recommend it as your first if you've never seen Wing, or if you haven't grown up with Wing. Definitely don't recommend it if you haven't grown up with Wing, because it's not a good representation of what Gundam is really, really good at. Next up is the one of the newest series, and something that I'm actually a big champion of. A lot of people shit on the second season of this. I actually thought the second season was really damn good. We're talking about Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I actually just rewatched this here recently. That is season 1 complete. Here is season 2, part 1. Is this part 1? Yes, part 1. And then here is season 2, part 2. And that completes it. I wish we would have got more. They were hinting at one point in time that we were going to get more. It ended up being a mobile game, and we're getting some... we got our first kit from that mobile game, and I really would have wished we would have got season 3 or maybe like a prequel series or something. But yeah, this is a tale. This is what Gundam does best. You have this very human tale. You have characters that start off as very good. You know, they dip their toes in the gray area. And you got great action sequences, very emotional, impacting scenes as well. And, man, the final battle. Spoilers for a second if you haven't seen Iron-Blooded Orphans. Barbados is my third favorite mech design, period. My third favorite Gundam as well. I like the new Gundam a lot. I like Gundam Unicorn and then Barbados. Specifically, Barbados Lupus Rex, which is the final version of Barbados. And the reason why I'm talking so much about the series is because it's, you know, I think it's really good. I think it doesn't get a fair shake, especially in the second season. There are some cringy things in there, like a guy trying to marry a child, but that's just anime at this point. But there's the end battle in season 2, like the final battle where, you know, our heroes are going to die. The sound that the Lupus Rex makes as it's killing off its enemies, as it's killing off its target, is actually kind of haunting. Like, I hear that sound and I get kind of like chills all over me. Like, it's really good. Next up is a series that is hated on, and I can kind of see why. I don't hate it. I like it a lot more than Requiem and G. I actually enjoyed this, not a lot, but you know, this was supposed to be a kids show. This was supposed to be for kids, but it wasn't marketed to kids. It was marketed towards adults. It was supposed to be a kids show, but then again, none of it was really kid friendly. There was a lot of deaths that happened in this show, and we're talking about Gundam Age. As you can tell, the character designs are very childlike. The mech designs are very, is this going to show up right there? Are kind of childlike, and I think it misses a lot of marks. But overall, I had an okay time with this. You know, I have everything of Gundam Age. I have every Gundam Blu-ray. I'm a collector. But yeah, what a disappointment, because I'm not opposed to things being kid-friendly. I own Beyblade on Blu-ray. I own the original Yu-Gi-Oh! DVD box set. I love, you know, shonen is made for children, and I love certain shonen. I'm not a big shonen guy, especially now where it's so much shonen. But, you know, Age, I think, really dropped the ball. I think I'm going to rewatch that and actually do like an in-depth analysis, because it fascinates me the most out of any of the standalone Gundams, because it's so weird. It's so different from anything else, because I think it's part of the whole mix messaging that they did on their part, where they're trying to make a kid's show. It ended up being too much for children to handle. But overall, it's not bad. It's really not. I think it's solid. I'm actually a big fan of the mech designs in the show a lot. But we're going to move on to something that actually is made for kids, and it was marketed for kids, and is really fucking good. Like, really, really damn good. And we're talking about Gundam Build Fighters. Guys, do not let the kiddiness of this, the child-friendliness of this, scare you away. This is one of the best, tournament shows, period, guys. Better than My Hero Academia, especially season 1. This was so much fun. So it's in the world where people build Gunpla, and they put them on these boards, and they battle in a 3D environment. And guys, it's like a sport in this show, and I love it. I build Gunpla. I'm not like really good at it, but I build them because I love robots. And seeing And also, there's a lot of callback for fans of this show. The characters are enjoyable. The stakes are high, even though like it's pretty much your gunpla gets broken. And if anyone who has spent 8 hours building a perfect grade or a real grade knows how much love, sweat, and tears go into building one of those kits. And there's so many nice little callbacks for Gundam fans. So many Easter eggs, and it's so enjoyable. It's 25 episodes, right? Yeah, 25 episodes, guys. This if you pick up anything here, I recommend picking this up. This is just, it's that good. Like, it's really, Build Fighters is that good. Then, of course, they put out a sequel. There's actually been many sequels, but this is the only one that we have on Blu-ray in the States so far, and that's Gundam Build Fighters Try. Whole new cast. Again, this isn't as good as the first season, but it's still pretty damn enjoyable. And, one of the main gunpla is an SD Gundam. I just built my first 2 SD Gundams. I always thought they were stupid looking. This show actually makes them pretty badass. Again, some of the in-universe only Gundams in this series are so freaking cool, guys. There's 2 other sequels right now, I think. Gundam Build Divers, Gundam Divers Re-Rise or something. I have one of the kits for Re-Rise up there. I like the designs a lot. I think they're really kick-ass. And then, but yeah, so like I was saying, the standalone series, great. Gundam Build Fighters Try, not as great, but still good. Pick those 2 up, guys. They are fantastic. Then we got Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Guys, if anyone gives you shit for watching this because it's racist, it's not racist. It's very it's a little racist, but it's very tongue-in-cheek. It's a lot of freaking fun, guys. This show is the first giant super robot show in the Gundam universe. Tomino made Zambot 3, made Daitarn. This Gundam was created as a real robot series, as real as it got at the time, and then Armored Trooper Votons came and things got more real from there, and Pat Labor and stuff. But G-Fighter was the first giant robot show, and it is over the top. It's goofy, it's dumb, but it's oh so much fun. Guys, we're talking 2 characters channel like their chi and then kick a skyscraper out of the way. The battles are over the top. The Gundams are overly designed, like overly. It's so much fun. It's a lot of fun, but then again, it's not what Gundam is. So I would not recommend this as a first timer's watch. But still, great. Then we got now people are going to argue with me. That's part of the Universal Century timeline, man. It's a part of like every timeline. So don't give me that. We're talking about Turn A. This show was a pretty big deal because it was Tomino's return to Gundam at that point. It was his first series in a long time. And then he left, and then I think it was 99 when this came out, and then he didn't do anything until Requiem G and G in like 2014. Really good show. I love the designs of the Gundam, the main Gundam. He has a mustache. I'm sorry, I can't think of the name, and I feel bad. I think it was an American designer, very prolific sci-fi designer, designed the mechs in here. He passed away this year, I believe. I feel terrible for not remembering his name, but shout out to him. Absolutely incredible. Seeing if his name is on the back here. I don't think it is. But, Sid Mead. There we go. Sid Mead designed the mechs. Sid Mead's designs are incredible. I love seeing what he does with the Gundams. I mean, just check that out. Look at that. He's got a freaking mustache. And that is all standalone Gundam stuff. Now, this list is how events happen in the Universal Century timeline. I'm going to talk about each one, tell you if it's worth watching or not. Because some of it is not. This is the Universal Century timeline for Mobile Suit Gundam. I'm going to kind of prop these up like this, use Unicorn as the foundation. So right here we have Origin. So these are newer. These are newer. This is a newer series based off the Gundam Origin manga. These take place before anything else. You get Armor Ray and Char when they're young. And even though it's a prequel, and even though it comes first, I would not recommend watching this first. This spoils some things, and it also it pays off if you have watched at least a little bit of this. So then we have whoa. So then we have Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series. Okay, this is I really like this series a lot. I think it's worth watching, but it is very outdated. So if you are not a fan of 1979, I believe, if you're not a fan of that era of animation, you're probably not going to like it very much. But luckily for you, there are some high quality trilogy of films. This is the movie trilogy of Gundam, and these are phenomenal. So a little fun fact: when the series first came out, it was not a hit. Okay, it was not a hit at all. It wasn't until these bad boys hit Japanese theaters that it became a cultural just powerhouse. It destroyed in the box office, and it kicked off what we have now. Without this movie trilogy, without them giving Tomino a second chance, and go and watch, do some research on some interviews with Tomino back in this time, or even now. I think he's starting to like spill the beans on how he got that made, because they didn't want it, and he pushed and pulled, and I'm really glad he did, because this kicked off my favorite franchise ever. So next up we got Gundam 0080 War in the pocket. This came out late last year, I think like October, November. Guys, this is one of the most emotionally impactful Gundam series there is. Not a lot of action, very dialogue driven, and a lot of character growth. But this is one of the most rewarding experiences in my opinion. Base Senpai watched this. We made him watch it, and he was reluctant to give it a high score. So I recommend 0080 War in the Pocket. It's pretty damn good. Really good. Then we got 8th MS Team. Now, I highly recommend this. So people always say, this is the most real depiction of urban combat. And while it is, you kind of are misleaded. This is a very goofy show at the very beginning. Very goofy show. The cast of characters are over the top. But what happens, the final battle in this series is very impactful, very emotional. And the compilation movie, which I believe is called Miller's Report. Is it called Miller's Report? I think it is. Yeah, Miller's Report. It's a good compilation. They do add some scenes, like most compilation films in the Gundam series. But I love the real world aesthetic. Not over the top. Again, these are giant robots, so it's a little over the top. But we're talking about in Gundam universe. It's not that crazy. The fight scenes are very grounded. There's a lot of weight to what's happening, and it's really good. I finished this. I think this is like one of the first things I watched when I did my rewatch of the Universal Century Timeline, because I remember loving it. And it's something you guys should not watch, because it's bad. I mean, and the story is kind of important too, which sucks that it's stuck behind MS Igloo. Yeah, this is. I don't like this. I think if the animation wasn't CG, and it was back in that era when, God, what was that Final Fantasy movie that came out? What you guys know what I'm talking about, that old Final Fantasy film? Jesus, it's bad. Like, it's really bad. The animation's terrible. But animation that's not terrible, and it's two things that you should absolutely pick up, is Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky, and we got Bandit Flower. These are so freaking good. It started off as a manga, which I have, and I've been championing that manga. I've been telling you guys, pick up that manga. It's so damn good. And then they did a short web series on it, which got 2 compilation films. The first film is a lot stronger. I think where the manga was at is a lot stronger in the first movie than it is in the second one. I do think the second one is good, though. But again, the first one is so good. There's a lot of jazz and a lot of death. And, this takes place alongside everything that's happening in Universal Century Timeline, but it's like a different sector of space. And it's, guys, beautifully animated, beautifully directed, too. Like, I was actually, like, impressed by how it was directed. I would recommend the manga, though, over the anime, because I think where the manga has gone is incredible, and it makes me really hope they continue this film series. Because This is one of my favorite aspects of Gundam is the Thunderbolt sub-series. Then we got Gundam Double O 83. Fantastic series. I actually really like this series. The 1 year war that never ended. It's been called Top Gun in space. I can kind of see that. This also includes the film Afterglow of Zeon. 13 episodes. It's not a big time commitment. But again, if you kind of dive into this, you'll be kind of lost. Here's the thing. Every one of these could just be watched standalone-ish, but there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the background or the main story that you're going to be a little confused. Like my favorite, Unicorn. If you were to jump into Unicorn, there's a lot of there's a lot of shit that's being said and talked about that is all prior that you're going to be completely lost on. But the payoff, this is the payoff to here. We'll talk in a second. Probably the best Gundam series in the Universal Century Timeline. Besides Unicorn, I'm a little biased, but this is so close second. Is Zeta Gundam. Holy shit, guys. God, Zeta Gundam is so fucking good. I don't think you guys understand. Zeta Gundam is so fucking good. And it's the run of the trilogy films right into Zeta and then Char's counterattack is incredible. I love the mech designs. I love the characters. This is about as close to perfect as you can get for an anime series. And then Zeta Gundam. So, Zeta Gundam. Double Zeta. Here's Double Zeta. It's not that good. Tomino wasn't involved in this. It's a direct sequel to Zeta Gundam. Tomino went on to work on one of the best anime movies of all time, and that is Char's counterattack. The battle between Armor Ray and Char ends in Char's counterattack. Some people have a problem with how Char acts in this film because everything else that he's in, he's just a person with a different ideology, and then he's like a straight up prick in this. Some people have problems with that. I didn't. I think this is a fantastic movie. It kind of sucks. I wish they would have held that off, or Tomino could have been able to work on this as well. Double Zeta. Double Zeta is important though overall, but it is at times a slog to get through. But Char's counterattack, incredible. It played in theaters late last year, I think, and I missed it. I missed seeing it, but I have a nice TV and I got it on Blu-ray. I'm good. And then my favorite Mobile Suit Gundam Universal Century Timeline series is Unicorn, baby. Is that supposed to be? Yeah, like that. This is everything Unicorn-wise, but this is the Japanese release. So again, you can pick this up on Right Stuff. I think it's 3 separate Blu-rays. This just has a bunch of extras and a bunch of bull crap like that. One of the most beautifully animated series out there. I think it's a huge. I think this is one of the most. This is the best thing that's ever paid off. I think is watching all this, and then leading up to Unicorn, and the Unicorn Gundam is my second favorite mobile suit in all of Gundam. I absolutely love it. The battles are fantastic. The new type stuff, people are hit or miss about the new type stuff. But Gundam NT comes right after this. And they just played it on the Gundam channel on YouTube. They had a premiere. It was up for 48 hours or something like that. NT is getting a Blu-ray release here in the States. But my problem with NT is that while it is beautifully animated, the fight scenes are beautifully animated, the character designs, the art direction is so good. So good, guys. But the story kind of sucks. And compared to something that is just almost everything I've ever wanted in an anime. Gundam is so good. I bought this fucking Japanese import. I love it so much. NT was a huge letdown. A massive letdown. And, yeah, it just, it kind of sucks because I really love Unicorn. And when they announced, hey, NT's coming out, I was beyond excited, but the end product wasn't that good. And things that aren't that good, speaking of, nice transition, Gundam F91, I believe this was supposed to be a 50-episode anime. but they condensed it into a freaking movie that is how long? 118 minutes. So the story's all over the place. Doesn't make sense a lot of the times. The animation's really nice though, but it's not that good overall. And then the final pieces, this is like super late Universal Century Timeline, is Victory Gundam. I just don't like Victory Gundam. It was the worst of anything here. I do like the mech designs. Overall, some of them are kind of bad, but my God, stay away from Victory Gundam. It doesn't even like after Unicorn, there's been like really nothing that's like directly so far related to any of this. So, but so what would I recommend you watch? Well, if you want to watch it in order, I recommend the trilogy movie, Zeta, Double Zeta, Char's Counterattack. Then watched Origin, and then watched pretty much anything but like these three for Universal Century Timeline, which is F91 and Victory Gundam, is gonna have a payoff at some point. You're gonna like it. This pile right here, everything I showed you besides the last three Blu-rays, I would say are must-watch. One of my favorite stretches of anime is literally the original series or the trilogy of movies, Zeta, Char's Counterattack, Double Zeta, Unicorn. I think that is one of the best anime runs ever. And again, that's asking a lot because these are hundreds of episodes right here, guys. Some of these series are 13 episodes. Some of these are 25. Some of these are 50 episodes. But the payoff at the end is so damn good. And what's next for Gundam in the United States? Well, we're going to keep getting the Reconquista and G movies, which I'm really excited about. Movie 2 coming out next month. We're going to probably... we're getting Gundam Seed. Probably see Destiny in the special editions with a new dub, new frame rate, and new animation. Excuse me. And then also Hathaway's Flash, a trilogy of films based off of a novel, is coming out this year too. The first movie at least. They've been doing some promotion with Gunpla. They have the HGUC Penelope, which is that big HG kit, and I really want to get it eventually. But yeah, there's a lot of cool Gundam stuff happening this year. Gundam Build Divers is still happening. There's a lot of cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what we get officially in the United States. So, how many Blu-rays is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not even gonna count because it's too many. I can't count higher than 10. But anyways, guys, I'm Flipataku. I hope you enjoyed this 32-minute video of me talking about my love for Gundam. It's my favorite franchise in anime. It's so damn good, guys. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, ask them down in the comments down below. I will probably answer most of them. And stick around. I'm probably going to be taking a week off of YouTube videos after this one, or maybe starting Monday and Thursday. At some point down the road, I have a bunch of video ideas. Zach's making me a bunch of thumbnails. Shout out to Zach from Uchu Shelf. But I'm going to be doing a video, eventually at some point, I'll be doing a video every Monday and Thursday. Mecha Monday, Toku Thursday. And I'll still be doing manga videos as well. I have a really cool haul coming up this month, guys. I imported some kick-ass stuff. So... anyways, guys, I'm Flipataku, and I will see you guys next time, and hopefully soon.